What's up, Hunter Squad? Welcome back. First off, I wanted to say thanks for all the support on the solar video. Y'all were incredible. The feedback was phenomenal, and if you like this one, don't forget to drop a like and sub for more content. Now today, I'm showing off the build that I was using on the day 1 raid for the contest mode. I found this build to be very impactful for my team, allowing me to add a lot of ad clear and stay alive in the process. Obviously, we were using Arc, and I was using the Gathering Storm for the super of my choice, but you can use whichever you prefer. It's important to use Gambler's Dodge and Combination Blow because they pair really well together, and this makes the build possible. But the grenade is just preference. I was using Pulse Nades. You use whichever ones you prefer the most. You will get them back very fast with this build though, so keep that in mind. My aspects are Flow State and Lethal Current because they pair nicely together. Lethal Current lets you jolt targets and blind them, plus with an extra arc explosion. Because of Flow State, when we kill a jolted target, we become amplified, and most importantly, we're more resilient while dodging, which makes us capable of taking an absurd amount of damage in and surviving. Now my fragments are Spark of Resistance to decrease the amount of damage coming in while we're in their face. This does stack with all of your other resistances like mods and resistance stats and more. We're using Spark of Shock to make our grenades jolt targets. Not only does it help with ad clear, but it also makes us amplified in the process. Spark of Feedback, because we're a melee build and anytime I can increase the melee damage, I choose to do so, but the extra resilience stat buff is really actually nice. Finally, I was using Spark of Magnitude as the last one, just to make my nades a little bit better, but honestly, even though we get them really fast, this one is very, up for grabs. It can be very negotiable. It's not necessary. There are a couple of exotics that use this type of build: Assassin's Cowl, Bombardiers, and Liar's Handshake, and we're going to talk about each of them real quick and why I think this one is the best. Assassin's Cowl is not bad because going invisible allows you to slow your playstyle a bit and choose your targets easier and stay alive, of course. It does have an added benefit of additional healing when you kill your target. Now Bombardiers causes an extra blinding nade every time that you roll, and you will roll and punch a lot, and the extra added DPS that the nades cause are great, and then the blind will allow people to not focus you nearly as much, which is also allowing you to stay alive. So both of these are great, but the one that I recommend most is the Liar's Handshake. The reason I like it a little bit more than Assassin's Cowl and Bombardiers is pretty easy. Combination Blow heals you on kill, so does Assassin's Cowl. But what if you don't end up killing your target even with the ×3 extra damage? Well, that's where Liars comes in. It allows you to stay in the fight and keep punching even though you are at 1 HP, because you will get your health back and it will deal 200% increased damage, which typically allows you to secure the kill. A lot of times when I was using Assassin's Cowl, I realized I would end up getting hit and then being 1 HP and have to retreat because I didn't kill my target and one more punch won't, so I had to back up. But with Liars, I can continue to stay in the fight, keep punching, and every other punch will just basically heal me back to full health. There's a good example in the background where I end up using Liars and basically refilled my health anyway and wasn't forced to retreat. There were many times with Assassin's Cowl that I wouldn't have gotten the kill on a champion and I couldn't stay in the fight and had to retreat, but knowing that I was going to heal because of Liars, I was able to stay in the fight and secure the finish. Now, moving on to mods, I will show a quick screenshot of them and sum them up very quickly. The mods are based around creating orbs with heavy-handed mod, which creates orbs on melee kills. We use Impact Induction, which reduces the cooldowns of our grenades every time we get melee kills, and Bomber, which reduces our grenade cooldown every time we use our class ability, and we're constantly using both of these because they refill each other. Now Innervation reduces grenade cooldown when picking up an orb, and Recuperation heals you every time you pick up an orb, so you're constantly getting healing and you're reducing all of these things. Reduce the grenade cooldown, which is fantastic because your other two abilities are refilling each other anyway, so the only thing that's on cooldown ever is grenades. So now if we punch it or kill a target and roll, not only do we pick up that orb, we generate tons of grenade energy, which heals us back to full on the kill and the orb. And it takes about 3 melee kills or dodges to get my grenade back, which can take about 10 to 15 seconds or so. Now one of the best things about all of this is that yes, they're all reducing the grenade and gives us different forms of survivability, but none of them are actually required to do the build. The exotic and the Combination Blow and Gambler's Dodge paired together are really what puts the build in its own tier. All the extra stuff, the cooldowns and stuff, are just really extra, so it's not required. The build isn't extremely unique like the solar one that I built, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you are struggling in a particular spot, maybe with survivability or raw ad clear, this build can help you out. Now you guys stay grinding out there, stay frosty, and most importantly, stay positive. Peace.